Okay, it's late March and we're home from Mexico. You guys saw our video from the trip home when the Prime Minister called all Canadians home. And I know this might blow some of you guys away that live overseas or in the States, but that's called snow, guys. Now, my neighbor was nice enough to do all the shoveling for me, but that's a pile of snow there, guys. So now, the big thing. I have not been into this garage since January the 2nd. Are you ready? Looks pretty good, eh? Now you'll see right away, because I'm gone for almost 3 months, I chain everything down and my grinders are in a locked box. Well, we'll show you more of that later. I have to get this camera on charge. So anyway, things look pretty good. So thanks for starting this next video with me, guys. Okay, next shot is of the rear of the garage. This door is fine. Don't forget, we're in late March, right? This door will open, but this door is frozen down over here. You can see it's almost up. It goes from nothing to quite a ways, quite a thickness of ice. So I'm just going to do the salt trick back here. Alaska salt or whatever they call it. It works well. I don't like using it on the inside. Oh, excuse me, I'll go back to this. I don't like using it on the inside of the garage, but I don't mind using it out here. This apron's pretty much, the apron of the garage is pretty much toast. I'm going to use quite a bit for the first application. Sorry, and I should be doing better camera work, right? Let's just put you down over here. Can you guys see anything? Who knows, right? I'm actually gonna it's slippery, baby. We're gonna go out here. And we're gonna build a bit of a channel. Oh, buddy. Actually, you know what? I don't like his barking, but he does keep Mr. Scum and Mr. Bag moving in the alley, right? I don't know if you can see anything or not. Let me carry you around. So, reset. Ice under the door. Salt under the door. I'm gonna go for it. I'm too old to be chipping ice these days. It'll kill you. Now I've gone from under the door, a bit of a channel leading out to here. And I'm gonna just, there is a groove, there is a low spot underneath this ice, I know, because I dug it myself last fall. And out to that water out there. So I'll come back in a bit. Alright, you can hear it. Look at it, it's running already, eh? And then out to there, which is a low spot. Thanks, guys. I did add just a bit on the back of the door, or on the other side of the door, just so it'll melt all the way under. And that's all I'm going to do for now. So here we are, back in the garage. Everything's still chained down. We'll do that maybe tomorrow morning. Even the snow blowers are chained down, right? So, thanks a lot. Put some stuff in here. And then I'm gonna shovel the sidewalks. You don't need to watch that. I'm going to come back and we're going to start the prepping of the garage for 2020. Okay, the very first part of getting this garage back to normal is to get Mrs. Pender's car running. And I'm not even going to check the battery on here. I'm going to just put my charger on the battery and charge it up before I even attempt to turn it over. I'll show you why. I've got the battery disconnected from the car so that the computers and clocks and all that stuff don't drain the battery for the 3 months we've gone to Mexico. So we're going to set this up properly here. Red is positive. I'm positive it's positive. Well, sometimes we had to confirm at work all the time. Now, can I reach a plug-in? No. Is it a three-way? Yes, it is a three-way. Okay. It's right on the motor now. We have the room to do it. I'll show you what I've got. Battery charger connected, red to positive, and I've disconnected the negative lead. It's right here. It's sitting back here, right? That goes to the car. And we are now going to plug in the battery charger. It's been a good little battery charger, but I'd like a better one. Actually, I'd like an old-fashioned one. Okay, let's see what the voltage is. 13.1, so that's pretty good. And I think we're going to just bump it up to 8 amps and see how that goes, and that should really pop our voltage too. Oh, that's good. That battery's in good shape, actually. I'm going to go back to optimum and just let it charge 13.6 volts. So it's going to be charged up in probably 2 or 3 hours at the max, even at 2 amps. There we go. So we'll come back to that. Well, hello, my friends. Yes, it's March 26th. I'll just give you one little peek out the door. March 26th in Alberta, right? The birds are home. 4-foot drift there. So, anyway, let's come into the garage now. This is not a scheduled video. This is going to be uploaded as soon as I am done. So, the car, the battery says full. And I just have to connect up this lead to here. And then we should be able to start the car and get the radio stations all set and everything like that. I will check the oil and we'll come back to that. Thank you. Alright, this is the door behind the car, and 65 Ford showed us this. I put a piece of wood just above the door so that a guy can't shove a piece of coat hanger through there and grab the release rope, which I've taped down so he can't grab it. And I'll just show you something interesting in a minute. on this. This is for being gone for 3 months, right? And right there, you can see it, is a bolt and a nut. Oh, I might have to, anyway. There we go. Arr. I need a camera person. Judy, where are you? There we go. So this bolt just stops the rollers on the garage. It's going to drop the nut there, maybe. I didn't drop the nut. Oh, I did. So all that bolt does is stop the rollers right there on that hole over there, just so that the garage door cannot be opened even with a pry bar. Now I'm going to take you outside and show you something. I have everything locked down because our neighborhood has kind of slipped. This is where all the salt was put down, and then we got 2 more inches of snow. If you look right there, okay, here we are, back of the garage door. If you look right there, there's scratches. So somebody tried to get in there, right? That's bad. And I think they did the same one with the big door. Look at that. Those dogs, eh? And sometimes these handles are twisted sideways too, which tells us that somebody has tried to get in the door. Those handles right there. So all of these little factors have helped. Yes, we'll come back to this in a bit. It's not as bad as it looks actually, because it's all slush. Locked. We have a higher concentration of Mr. Scums and Mr. Bags around here, right? Okay, furnace alert. It's going to feel good. So now, I'm going to turn on the power to the garage doors. I realize I'm showing you guys how to get into my garage, but most of you live thousands of miles away. Now that should open. That garage door should open. Hey! Perfect. Now I'll just check the ice. It looks fine. Step 1. I'll come back in a bit. Batteries don't last long in the cold. Okay, here's the bolt from the other door. And I don't know if I want to try opening it or not, but I did pour a pile of salt under it the other day. You guys know me, I have to try it. And yes, I'm showing you the secrets on how to get into my garage after 3 months. But Mr. Scum and Mr. Bag, they're not going to be watching Bruce Pender's YouTube video on how to open his garage. Plus, I'm retired. I have the rest of my life to chase him down. So anyway, so let's just try that door, and hopefully there's no ugly noises. Right? And if there is, I'll share them with you. Oh, she went. That's a beautiful thing, beautiful thing. So the salt shall set us free. I am just going to go get a tool and scrape that along there. Just right along the edge. I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, I just dug the ice back 2 inches back with my little shovel that I brought home from Mexico. So this poor shovel has never was never designed to shovel ice, right? Anyway, there's our ridge. And we'll close this door so we don't lose any more heat. Perfect. So now we can almost get the videos. I got videos on my brain. I can almost get the vehicles out. I got to put the battery charger on Frank now. Okay, here we go. The battery's already working on Frank because the light's lighting up the engine bay. I've got the battery charger plugged in, but that'll give me a false reading. So I got to bring this down, and we'll just see what the voltage is. It's already going to be partially charged, right? 12.7. Well, that's pretty good. And it's only taking 2 amps, so it's not going to take long. I'm going to stick my super stick into the so that the light doesn't run. And we're charging at 2 volts or 2 amps, 12.8 volts, and we'll just watch the capacity, and that'll take half a day, not even. I'm not used to, you know what, I'm not used to it, but we are at about 3,400 feet above sea level, and I just spent almost 3 months at sea level, and I'm noticing the difference in the lack or the drop in oxygen concentration in the air. Because we're up there, we're in the high plains of the prairies, right? As the old cowboys would say. Now, what's next? I think I have to free my tools, right? So let's just start right now. We get the chair, put you on the chair. This was one of the items that I found on the beach, right? Nice find. Lock number 4. And a master, number 1. These are nice locks, these brass ones, eh? Oops, no corrosion. So yeah, this super secret thing goes right down in here. And my tools are free. Yay! Now we got to free the welding bench up. And I believe he is a white master. No, maybe a brass master. A white master. So anyway, here we go. So you're probably thinking I'm going overboard, but because I didn't lock down any of those. But to be honest with you, if I got broken in and they're in a hurry, they're going to grab stuff like that. But all of this stuff was chained down together, and that's where the value is. And my compressor and all my pressure washers were chained together with one more big lock and two locks and 2 chains. So let's get that next. Chair. Whew. So in case you're a Mr. Scum or a Mr. Bag, all of this stuff is locked and chained down. Where is that lock? There it is. And it's number 2. Yeah, that's a Bruce move. Good thing there was nothing in it. Good. And I think there's one more. The snow blowers and the big toolbox and the bench grinders over there. Baby. Oh, yeah, there's one more lock under there. Of course, it's the hard one to get out of here. There, we're free. So there, Grampy. I think you might appreciate this. I think if you left your little camp there for 3 months, you'd change stuff like this up too. So now I can get into my tools. So there we go. I think my little garage is almost ready to go. Just got to put a few chains away. Thanks for watching.